There are moments in life that hit you like a freight train. They come out of nowhere, tearing through everything you thought you knew, everything you thought you trusted. And you just stand there frozen, watching the wreckage unfold. I'm about to tell you one of those moments, my moment. But before we dive in, if you're new here, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you never miss out on stories that hit harder than life itself. It all started with a look that should have meant nothing, a glance exchanged between her and him, but it wasn't nothing. It was everything. It was the first thread pulled from the fabric of everything I believed to be true. My wife, Emma, she wasn't always like this. We had what I thought was a perfect marriage, or so I convinced myself. You know, the kind of relationship everyone envies. We had the house, the dream vacations, the inside jokes. We knew each other's thoughts before they were said, could finish each other's sentences, but something changed. And the funny thing is, I didn't see it coming. I remember the first time I saw her smile in that way, like she'd just heard a secret that only she knew. It was almost magical, the way she'd light up the room. She had that spark, that energy, the kind that made everyone want to be around her. And I thought I was the lucky one. I was the one she chose, the one who got to be with her forever. But forever wasn't forever. It started slowly at first. The texts at night, the late meetings at work, the long hours. She'd come home and there was this distance. I could feel it, but I didn't want to believe it, because believing it would mean confronting something I wasn't ready for, something I was terrified of. One evening, I came home early from work. I wasn't supposed to be there, but then I saw it, a glimpse through the crack in the door. Her office was quiet, save for the hum of a dim lamp, but inside, something was happening that wasn't supposed to. She was sitting there, in her boss's arms, lips locked in a kiss. The man who I had seen so many times, shaking my hand with a smile, talking about work, pretending to be the friend I never knew he wasn't. I should have screamed, stormed in, demanded answers, but I didn't. I froze. I watched, and in that moment, I wasn't the husband. I wasn't the man who'd built a life with her. I was just a witness to my own demise. She saw me. In the reflection of the glass, our eyes met. I could see the shock in her eyes, the guilt, but it wasn't enough. I wanted to believe that there was an explanation. I wanted to believe that she didn't choose him over me, but the truth was too clear. I wasn't the one she wanted anymore. I was the fool. The weeks after were a blur. I didn't confront her right away. I wanted to make sure I had every detail, every sliver of the truth. I watched them, waiting. The lies, the excuses, they flowed like a river. But in the end, the truth was impossible to ignore. And when I finally confronted her, her words cut deeper than the silence ever could. "You were never enough for me," she said. "I needed more. I found it in him." There was no apology. There was no remorse in her voice. There was just a hollow emptiness, a feeling of betrayal that settled deep within me. I wasn't even angry at first. I just felt numb. But that's when something inside me changed. I wasn't the victim anymore. I wasn't the helpless fool watching my life unravel. No. I was in control now. I would make her feel what I felt. I would take the power back. Revenge. I wanted it, not for closure, but for satisfaction, for the taste of it, for the sweet irony of watching her squirm, realizing she had lost everything just like I had. I played the part. I let her think that I was hurt, that I was broken. But every move I made, every word I said was calculated. I became someone else, someone unrecognizable. And when the time came, I made her regret it in the most poetic way. The power was mine. She begged for forgiveness, but it was too late. The woman who had once been my everything was now a stranger. And in that moment, I realized something. Revenge wasn't about hurting her anymore. It was about reclaiming myself. It was about walking away with my head held high, knowing that I was stronger than the man I had been before. Life has a funny way of showing us who we really are. Sometimes you have to lose everything to find yourself again. If you've ever felt betrayed, if you've ever wondered if there's a way out of that pit of despair, just remember, Revenge might not heal the wound, but it can give you the strength to walk away from it.